Hi everybody, it's Sharon from Blessed Craft Designs. Welcome back to my channel. And thank you for joining me today. I'm super excited. I have a couple weeks off from school. I got some days off. And so I have several projects that I've been working on. One of them I've already uploaded, which is the Cricut Invisible Ink, the t-shirts and the tote bag. Well, the t-shirt and tote bag that I did. So if you have not watched that video, I'll put a link down below. Please make sure you go check that out. But today, I'm back to my favorite, which are my wreaths. And I want to show you how to take a kind of old, maybe not even used wreath that you made previously. And we're going to kind of refurbish it, you know, vamp it up a little bit. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on making a brand new wreath. So just stay with me and I'm going to show you how we do that. Okay, so if you remember this wreath, if you don't, I'm going to link it for you somewhere up in here, but it'll also be in the description box down below. This wreath that I made probably, I think it must have been like 2 years ago now. Definitely, I know over a year ago. And this is just kind of a ruffle. It's the burlap ruffle where you just actually pull it through. Again, I will put a link to this video where I made this one. And I didn't want to put anything else on it at the time. I do hang this up on the door around this time of the year just to have something kind of, it's plain, but I like it. I think it's pretty like this. But this year I decided I wanted to do something different with it. So I have some sunflowers that I've had, you know, buying things all year long. But then I saw this really pretty sign at Michael's and I decided to buy this. So I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna figure out a way how to use this burlap wreath that I made and make something a little different. Now you can do one of two things and you don't have to get this sign from Michael's. You can get one, excuse me you all, from the dollar store. It doesn't matter what sign you want to use. Decide where you want to put it. I think on the sign is pretty and then you can have your flowers over this way, but I kind of wanted to put it in the middle. And I'm gonna try something different. I've never done this before with a wreath, but I wanna try to use this foam block because I do wanna have a lot of these sunflowers just kind of sticking out. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we're gonna see. So you can get these, a large size foam block. I don't have the whole thing, but it's probably about this long. You can get these from the dollar store. My flowers came from probably Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And then, you know, I usually keep a lot of ribbon. I believe I got this, I'm gonna say I got it from Walmart, y'all, but don't quote me on that. I'm not quite sure, but the sunflower ribbon. And then, of course, you will need some kind of wire if you do it this way. So what I'm gonna do, what I'm thinking about doing, and of course you need your glue gun and all that kind of stuff. So find your middle, and I think this would be my middle here. And I don't know if I want to do it that way or if I want to try to nestle it down in between there. But what I wanted to do is take my wire and just wrap this around and attach it to my frame, okay? Not too much because I don't want to cut that. I might have should have used just a regular piece of styrofoam, but what I can do in just a minute, if I know this is going to work, I will hot glue this down. So I want to get this wire down back through here. Let me just take it around this way. And again, I don't want this wire to cut my foam. And I'm just gonna twist this around to the back here. I'm gonna attach this piece to another piece of wire. Make this a little bit longer. Okay. And I'm gonna twist this around here. Now you won't be able to see this. I'm going to put just a little bit of hot glue back here, just to hold that a little bit more, and you probably could have done that to begin with. I probably should have. Just to make sure that foam block stays in place and does not move later on, okay? You wanna make sure it's in really good. Okay, so I think I have that in a pretty good spot. Now I'm gonna want this in the middle, so I kind of thought about, I do have some little push pins here. I don't know if this is going to be secure enough, so we'll see. I'm going to put that in because I don't know if that will actually hold when it's sitting up. So I'm afraid to do that, but what I'll do is I will attach this to the back of the frame, and we'll do that in just a moment. So, all right, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flowers and start putting them down inside the foam block. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I just turned the video off for a few minutes so that I could finish cutting out some of those flowers. I didn't want you to sit here and watch me cut some of those flowers off. And I'm gonna go ahead now. I've put a few more flowers down. I still have more to go, but I'm gonna go ahead and attach my sign. So this is, what gauge is this? This is a 22 gauge floral wire. And I'm going to use this, I've already kind of, you know, when I'm putting down a sign on a wreath, I get an idea of where I want it to go. Well, I always look before I even start to get an idea, where do I want to put this at? Where would it look better? You know, sometimes just depending on what you're making, the sign really does make a difference, you know, how it looks in the end. So I want my sign in the middle, and I want to attach it up here. So I'm going to put this little floral wire together. And even though it's kind of thick, I want to reinforce it. So I am doubling it, and I'm just twisting it together here to double it some. And I put a sunflower, I had a sunflower in my foam block right here. And so I just took this piece of rope from the sign and put the sunflower in between there. And then I'm gonna grab it here. And all of this will be covered up later on, but I don't want to attach it to the foam, not necessarily. I will in just a minute with some of the push pins. I really want to attach it to the frame of the wreath. So I'm going to bring it all the way back to the back. And let me let this down flat. Find the back of the wreath, and these are my two pieces right here. I don't think it'll go down that far, but we'll check and see. If not, I will attach it to the first part, the first frame right here. And I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. So I'm gonna go up underneath here, take this piece through that little hole that I made, and then I'm gonna start to twist this right here together. I'm gonna even take it up underneath there again. The little loop that I made, I'll take this free edge right here. Let me cut some of this off because it's a little bit too long. And push this up through there. I can get both sides through there. And with signs, you just have to be really innovative. You just have to try to figure out what will work to keep it there. And I'm gonna leave it like that for now because I will probably hot glue that in just a minute. So I'm gonna turn this back over. And then I'll take a couple of these little push pins, and then I'll attach these down also. And I'm gonna put a little hot glue on here. And there's that rope. So I'm just gonna push that down a little bit so I know that it will attach some more. And then I'm gonna fill this in with more sunflowers. Okay, sunflowers, I've taken the stem all the way off, and I can hot glue those there. But the ones that do still have some stems on it, I'm trying to put those down first. Let's see which ones. And it's okay if they come out the back because you won't be able to see it. You can't see them through the back. If I have to pull some out, I can do that. So you can just make adjustments however you need to. And I want this to look kind of random. I don't want it to be, you know, super, you know, everything was constructed and has its own place. I just kind of want it, you know, just random, like a little bouquet. You know, I've told you all I'm not the best with flowers anyway, but I try, and I will keep trying until, you know, I get something that I like. So I'm gonna stick this one. I think that needs a big one right there. Oops. And you know, I've told you that when you hang these up on the wall, it takes on a completely different look. So do keep that into consideration if you need to stop and hang it up on the wall to get a better idea of what you have. I think I cut that one too short. So I'm gonna put that in the middle. And I think I've cut all of my long ones off, so let me put this back together because I want a long one up here, or a big one. Okay. And now what I'm gonna do is just take some of this ribbon and just make some little bows, or you can make some, just have a couple of them sticking out here and there. We'll do both. What do I do with those scissors? Just to give a little bit of extra to your wreath. So I'm taking that. I'm sorry if I'm not in focus, y'all. Okay, and you can take these, put them together like that in the middle. Put a little bit of glue on one end of your pen. And it will go like this. And then we can just find somewhere down in here to stick this. So this will actually take up a little bit of room also. Okay, so see how that just gives it a whole nother look. And if you want to do like a bow like that, let's just do one so you can see that. Okay, so you cut a long piece of ribbon like this. You put the two halves together, or the two ends, excuse me, put those together. Find the middle, like that. Take another one of your pins. Put just a little bit, well, it should be a little bit. That was probably too much glue. Let me see. That was a little bit too much, so I wouldn't put that much in there because it's gonna make it hard now to get over all of my ribbon. But you won't be able to see that part right there. You'll only be able to see this. So let's find somewhere, how about in the middle right here? So you just kind of separate everything as much as you can, and then just push that down. And that came loose, so that's an easy fix. If you need to, that's probably what I should have did. I should have hot glued the end. So let's do that again. I'm just gonna hot glue that. Put a dash of hot glue on that end. And where'd my push pin go? Where'd my pen? There it is. So let's do this. And how about we put the glue on it this time? Like that. Okay. Go down in between there. And then just push it. And what I was trying to do is kind of separate this a little bit. So it almost looks like the sunflower is coming out of that. It's sitting in the middle of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and add just a few more of the ribbon around, and then I'm gonna show you, really easy, okay? So I'm gonna be right back. Okay, the wreath is done. You take something old and you turn it into something new. How about that? That's a lot of flowers up there. I think I could probably push that down just a little bit more, but that's okay. I wanted the sunflowers to be the focal point of the wreath. And you know what could have also you could have done is if you put like a mesh in the middle here and then put all your flowers kind of in the middle. There could have been a way to do that too. So there's so many different ways that you could have done this wreath. I just wanted to add something really simple to it to spruce it up again. I love this sign that I got from Michael's, because that's what I am. That's what we all are. We're just simply blessed, right? So I hope you enjoyed the video today. Please make sure you go and check out the video on how I made this wreath over 2 years ago. It was kind of probably in the first maybe 5 or 6 wreaths that I ever put together. And it still looks pretty good. Your wreaths will last a long time if you store them and you take care of them properly. You'll definitely get your money's worth from out of them. So hit the notification bell so you can continue to get notification when I upload new videos. Also, please make sure you give me a thumbs up and that you like the video. That way I know, you know, what kind of things that you all like to see, and it just kind of helps me just, you know, make more videos and things like that. I don't make a ton of money off of here. It really is just me sharing my passion and what I love to do, and I know there are other people out there that enjoy, you know, making wreaths and things like that too. So I just want to share my little piece of what I do with making wreaths. Also, make sure you join the network, the group page, Wreath Designers Network, Wreath Designers Network. I'll put it up here. I'll put it down below so you can come and join us and see all. There are so many talented people. The group is growing tremendously, and I'm so grateful for that. And these videos that I put up have helped just kind of drive people to that network so everybody can share what they're making throughout the year. So again, I thank you, and I appreciate you so much for dropping by. As always, be blessed.